COVID, and now he's really just saying, I'm going to make the best of this time, and he's showing up big time for the Bulldogs.
So here we go. Saturday afternoon lacrosse, we're underway, and Nicholas Ramsey wins the opening face-off for the Bulldogs. Ramsey took every face-off last weekend, split time in the home opener against Villanova, a game that Yale had the opening goal in the win here against Villanova 2 weeks ago, so maybe a good sign for Andy Shea's Bulldogs.
Well, let's hope that they also we have a game that good. That's a great game that we had.
UMass with its first possession here as Caleb Hammett gets his first face-off win.
And fire it past Paquette.
Both teams well over 50% on face-offs coming into the day. Obviously, UMass has played one more game than Yale as we have a battle for this one in the big ground ball pick. One lead on Bragg's goal, his second of the season, the junior out of Cazenovia, New York, and another face-off win for Ramsey. Mentioned Greg Cannella, 28th year here, 9 NCAA tournaments, and have coached, of course, Andy Shea, the head coach for the Bulldogs, was his assistant for a couple of years. Now that's kind of ancient history with how long Coach Shea's been here in New Haven, but these two obviously know each other extremely well, and there's a huge hit, and the loose. Joe Newman will take this face-off for Yale, who trails 3-2 in the early going, 7:07 left in the first quarter, and Pat, an early change as Newman does win the face-off. He's the third guy as this ball is loose still, and UMass will pick it up. Now comes back towards Cabrera, and he picks it up for the Bulldogs. Third face-off specialist that Andy Shea has used in the early going.
Something that's going to give a little momentum to the team and slow this UMass team down.
They go back to Ramsey on the face-off here. And another pickup, though, for UMass. Ryan Fitzpatrick came away with it. UMass on top of 12th ranked Yale. Joe Newman back in the face-off circle for the Bulldogs. But UMass will have possession here today. He is seeing plenty of time. He makes it 5-2.
Yeah, great player out of Cheshire. Knew his dad very well, played with him for a while, and just a great family and a great lacrosse community up in Cheshire.
Again,
that ball coming down, that's just great fundamental lacrosse.
Hammett against Ramsey again on the face-off, and a false start against Hammett, so Yale will get it. It's Ramsey again at the face-off here. Yale has alternated between him and Newman in the early going. This is the first time we've seen Zack Hochman for UMass. And how impressed do you have to be with this response after a little bit of a slow start?
It's great. I'm sure that Coach Shea will watch this tape and say, we can't play a quarter and a half of not playing our best, and we can play when we can play like this all the time.
Have a whistle here. And it's Yale ball. So everything.
Coach Cannella has been around forever. He knows how to do this. He knows what to do to get his guys to respond in those tough situations.
Another face-off win for Ramsey, who's been good today. 7 for 11 in the 6 on the season, and now Machado Rodriguez in the face-off circle for Yale. What do you make of all the substitutions here for Andy Shea at the face-off circle, when the guy who's seemingly kind of your number one choice there in Ramsey has been pretty good today?
It's very unlike.
Super entertaining first half. Still 2:06 remaining. And it is back to Ramsey for Yale, trying to win it against Hochman. And Ramsey picks it up. Ramsey once again at the face-off for Yale, where he was 7 for 11 in the first half, going against Hochman, who was 4 for 7. Hammett was 3 for 8 for the Minutemen. In the first 30 minutes of play, the second 30 underway. Cabrera trying to get to it. Big loose ball to start the second half. Still loose there. And finally picked up by Sam Eisenstein in his career.
First violation, not looking straight at the ball and getting a good view of it.
UMass ball here. UMass on top, alongside Patrick Reed and our entire crew here in New Haven. I'm Justin Galanti. Glad to be spending an early Saturday afternoon with you. Another face-off win for for a moment for the Minutemen, still loose around midfield, and Brandau's going to come get it. Big play from the All-American. Quickly, Cabrera scores!
Coming out of that timeout, Yale playing with intensity and a sense of urgency. They need to have that sense of urgency. Lost the ground ball and then came back. Beautiful play by Brandau there. He knew somebody was coming behind him, and you watch when that ground ball comes to him, and he's just protecting it, makes that great pass to Cabrera. I almost was worried that it looked like it hit pipe and came out. I was worried that it didn't go in.
A goal and 2 assists today for Cabrera. A really important face-off here. And Ramsey comes away with it. He's had a very good day. Lost that for a moment as Liljeburg's stick head broke. He has to come off and get a new one.
Somebody needs to help Nick Ramsey. He was exhausted there, and that's where you got to have one of your teammates come and have a chance with that one.
Again, Wygant starting today with Adam Towie out. And he scores to give UMass the 2-goal lead back. And we've had so many sequences in this game where it felt like momentum was going to shift one way. As Tevlin's able to get to this, he tried to stay in bounds but gave it away. Flag is down though. I think. See what the call is here.
And a call coming. I'm not sure what the call is.
Yeah, I paused for a moment because it almost looked like the indication was that it was going to go against Yale, but I think it's actually a cross-check here against UMass. And now another big opportunity for Yale with 1 minute and 1 second remaining in the third quarter. For Johnny Kibe scoring the first goal of his game to make it a 10-9 ball game as we start the fourth. Johnny Kibe, the first year out of Jamesville, New York, up in the Syracuse area. Super highly ranked recruit. Brandau, Cabrera, we're tied!
Wow. Yale responds. What a great play. Wins the face-off, loses a quick turnover, and then just fighting for it back. Quick ball movement from Johnson to Brandau to Cabrera on that back door. And just a great ride from Tevlin is the one that creates that turnover and gets the ball for Yale.
And how about the way that these last couple minutes have gone? Loose ball. And they're going to have the call going against Yale. So UMass ball, but you have your star stepping up.
Him on that rotation, kind of that skip pass across.
Greg Canella's going to make a change at the face-off here. Back to Caleb Hammett, who struggled early in the game. It had been Zack Hochman for a while. It's back to Hammett. And the call will give UMass possession. So an 11-10 Minutemen lead. And have they changed the call here? They have. It's Yale ball.
Well, and it looked like it was supposed to be UMass. I think the official incorrectly pointed the right
time today. 10 for 18 to start the season. Had 7 man-up goals in the win against UMass Lowell, the most in a game in program history. Huge face-off here. That was off of UMass, so Yale ball.
And that is a big face-off win for Yale. Nothing happening. The defensemen were just standing there, and then all of a sudden, it just looked like it just cramped up.
Yeah, I think that's what it is he's going to go get some fluids as we have a big face-off and a clean win for Ramsey. 12 for 22 on the face-offs today. Another monster face-off. Ramsey had it for a moment. He got pushed off the spot by Hammett. Ball still loose, and it's picked up by Alexander for Yale. Here we go. Start of overtime. Yale and UMass. The all-important face-off. Ramsey in there. Going against Hochman. Still loose. It was Tevlin for a moment, and Tevlin has it. And here we go.
Yale's got to be really happy that